This entire event has been proudly sponsored by Dabur, followed by our media partners Dinamalar, the Future Wall, the Ayush TV, and Kalaimalar as well. So it has been an momentous event for all these sponsors as well. So may I request Dr. R. Balamurugan to share his perspective about the Ayush medicines and to continue with how they support the entire event, please.
Yeah, good afternoon, one and all. And it's a very privilege for Dabur to be a part of this prestigious award. Just I would like to ask a small question to the audience. So, if I want to make you to describe this event in a single word, what would be your answer? So, if you want to describe this event in a single word, what would be your answer? Happiness, inspiration, okay, heritage. இப்போ நான் வந்து உங்களுக்குள்ள என்ன இருக்குன்னு தெரியுது, இவன் ஏதோ ஒரு வேர்டு வச்சிருக்கான், அது கிடைக்கிற வரைக்கும் விட மாட்டான்னு உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சுட்டு, பட் ஷுவர், ஓகே சொல்லுங்க மேடம். எக்ஸ்கவேஷன் ஆஃப் த ரூட், ஓகே, பிகாஸ் அக்கார்டிங் டு மீ the event today it's unique because it's a uniqueness and very different kind in our industry, mainly in terms of the Ayurveda industry, because we would have attended so many seminars, we would have attended so many conferences and even CME or even any new product launch and everything, but this is the first kind of a thing where a group of company or a group of doctors, they join together and they are presenting an award to the lineage of doctors or Parambariya Vaidya. So that is the uniqueness of this event. So my topic of discussion or point of view would be the uniqueness, because I took that single word of uniqueness and I thought how I can present that uniqueness in Dabur. That's it, because I will take only few minutes of your time, because the organizers, they thought to give this session post lunch, but post lunch is very difficult, because if it's very difficult for you make to sit and to give a presentation. So then I thought, okay, I can take a few minutes of your time post lunch session. So my point of discussion would be the uniqueness of Dabur. We have two types of category. One would be the generic, another one would be the patent products. So patent products, obviously we have different R&Ds and they will have a different uniqueness. But in terms of classical, how I can present the uniqueness of Dabur? So first I will take the category of the Asava Rishta. First one would be the raw material identification, stringent quality test. And second thing would be the most important part, because all the Asava Rishta should go on with the fermentation. So we are using Dadigi Pushpa as the fermentation. And next to fermentation, the process would be maturation. The maturation in Dabur Asava Rishta is done in wooden vats. These wooden vats are made up of teak wood. So the gaseous exchange will happen properly. And this is similar to the earthen pot, what they have mentioned in the classical text. And we have around 96 wooden vats spread across 3 locations, where we can prepare 5 lakh liters of Asava Rishta. So that is the uniqueness of Dabur Asava Rishta in terms of maturation, fermentation, and as a sweetening agent, we are adding jaggery, not the sugar. And in terms of packing, it will come under, and it's a standardized formulation. And most important thing, it will come in a glass bottle packing, so that the chemical reaction would not happen when mixed with PET, that is polyethylene bottles. So, and we have a competitive scheme in the market. So this is the uniqueness of Dabur Asava Rishta, because when I say, because normally Ashoka Rishta, Abhaya Rishta, Bala Rishta and all, everyone will have the same formulation. But how we can do a uniqueness in terms of this one, Asava Rishta. And second, this is the wooden vat, what I said. We have 96 wooden vats which made up of teak, which spread across 3 locations. I'm going faster. And second category would be the Rasa Rasayana. This is very most important, and because it contains Rasa Rasayana and along with Swarna Basma and everything. So the main uniqueness of Dabur would be the purification and manufacturing. So it will happen as per both. The purification will be specific and general, Samanya and Vishesha, and each product, it will have exactly 125 milligram of the dosage, because dosage plays the most important part in Rasa Rasayana. So the 125 milligram a tablet, it's very important. So the dosage is very pakka. And third most important point, Swarna Yukta Rasa Aushadhis. There are 2 types, without gold and with gold. Swarna Yukta Rasa Aushadhi, the percentage of Swarna is very much important. For example, if you talk about Siddhamakt special or Vasant Kusma Ras, the percentage of gold is very important. So the percentage of Swarna, what we have added as per text, no, it will be exactly. It will not be more or it will not be less. So that's the uniqueness in terms of percentage of Swarna, what we have in the gold medicines. And most important part, safety and efficacy. Because when it comes with mercury and sulfur along with metallic things, no, so safety is very much important. We have done the safety studies of all the science mainly in terms of heavy metal analysis, because you know about the toxicity of both renal and liver. So this toxicity will be based on this study only. We have our own machinery we call, so actually atomic absorption spectrometer, and we have ICP-MS also. So those are in DRDC, Dabur Research and Development Center, and this is the most important thing where we used to test the heavy metal analysis of all our rasa products. And when come to Basma, so Basma is our flagship where we have Swarna Basma. That Swarna Prashna is very famous coming across the India, where it started from Karnataka. The PG students of SDM Hasan, no, they started Kaumarabritya, they started with that Kashipa Samhita, that Swarna Prashan. Now it has been moved across India. Most of the company, most of the manufacturers, doctors and all, they're using our Swarna Basma. For testing a Swarna Basma, there is no need to go to a lab or anything. Because if a guy comes with you with a gold, Swarna Basma or Rajat Basma, even the doctor fraternity in our clinic only, we can check it very clearly whether the Basma has been prepared properly or not. The first one would be the Nischandrika. Just open the Rajat Basma or just open the Swarna Basma. Obviously, there should not be any metallic luster in that. If you find a minute white particles in Rajat Basma, it's very clear that still the metal is there. It has not been transformed into ash or Basma. So the Nischandrika, just you can see it through your naked eye only. The second thing would be Rekha Purnata. So if you take and if you rub between your fingers, no, it should go inside your fingerprints. That's the best example of the Basma has been prepared to the last extent. And third would be Varitara, because you know, take a big of water, just you can sprinkle the Basma over there, the Basma has to float. If there is any heavy metal or the Basma is not prepared properly, obviously it will sink down, so it will not float. So that is the method we can test the Basma. So this is the parameters we can test, and all Swarna Basma, all our Dabur Basma will be under this one, and also Apurna Bhava, because it should not go back to its original state. That's what. And with regard to Churna, because Churna it's very clear, because how we can do a differentiation, it's a powder. But still we thought, okay, we have to be different from others. So what kind of things we have done? First, the raw material has to be checked properly. And second thing, the most important part is that we used to pulverize the powder, different ingredients separately and mix together. So we will not mix all, for example, Trifla Churna, all three we will not put and grind. We used to pulverize the Amaleki, Vibhiteki, Hariteki separately. Then we used to mix for the right composition. And the most important point is that all our Churna will go under gamma radiation, which will help to reduce the microbial infestation. So that's the uniqueness of Dabur Churna. And most important, every Churna will be packed under high density polyethylene container, which is the efficacy will be there for 2 years. Normally it will be, because that's why now the efficacy of Dabur Churna will be very much competent when compared to any other company, because of that gamma radiation. So the microbial infestation will be reduced, and moreover it is packed in high density polyethylene containers. And this container will enable that moisture will not be there in the pack. Stresscom, this is the flagship product of Dabur. When I happen to see about Stresscom, I just remembered the famous dialogue in a movie called Singham. Singham, because everyone would have watched Tamil movie, and even in Hindi also it became famous. The Surya used to say that one famous dialogue, Singhata photola paathirpa, Zoola paathirpa, Kundula paathirpa, but Kaatla narandu paathirkya. Same thing, this product, no, same thing, Ashwagandha, நீங்க வந்து அரிஷ்டத்துல பார்த்திருப்பீங்க, and also லேகத்துல பார்த்திருப்பீங்க, சூர்ணத்துல பார்த்திருப்பீங்க, டேப்லெட்லயும் பார்த்திருப்பீங்க, but lipid formல பார்த்திருக்க மாட்டீங்க. So the Ashwagandha root extract, it has been converted into a lipid form. So this is a single drug medicine where 300 mg root extract of Ashwagandha, it has been made into lipid form. Why lipid means, obviously you know, it will enter the BB, that blood brain barrier, because this should act on mind level, not body level. So stress strain chronic fatigue syndrome, that lipid base is the main thing where it will enter the blood brain barrier. That's the uniqueness of Stresscom. And second product is Swarna Gugulu. So that is another product which we researched from R&D department, which contains the goodness of Swarna Basma, Mahayogaraja Gugulu, Ashwagandha and Kesar. So this one we used to say it as a loading therapy for all the pain conditions, muscle bone joint and even neurological conditions also, where we have cervical radiculopathy or even sciatica also. So this can be as a loading therapy, and after loading therapy, you can go to Kashta Aushadhi, which is a maintenance therapy. So rheumatal range as a maintenance therapy, or Swarna Gugulu, it's as a loading therapy. We have all range, tablet, gel, oil and spray. Because oil is, it's nothing but Mahanarana Tala, which is enriched with cow's milk and kesar. And in terms of rheumatal gel, the uniqueness is Kaduvira Sattva. Kaduvira Sattva is nothing but chili juice, red chili juice, where it will act as a counter irritant, where the pain will come down at once. And tablet, it's Gugulu, Shalai Gugulu, Rasna, Eranda, and Prasarani. Prasarani also we have added, where most of the companies, they will not add Prasarani. And this is a Kaldab, because I want to make sure that calcium deficiency, Kaldab is a single drug, Shankabhasma, which is processed in Nimbuswaras. This is a new product we have launched, Platifort, which is mainly for thrombocytopenia. Here also we have the uniqueness, because we should not follow the market. The market leaders, Caripilla, Samona, they will address only thrombocytopenia to increase the platelet count. But for other symptoms of dengue, for example, fever and or respiratory ailment and everything, they should go for another product, second or third product. But here the single drug, that single product of Platifort will address all the symptoms of dengue. Even it will address the thrombocytopenia, and along with that, it's very good for fever, because we have Giloy, we have Tulsi, which is good for respiratory, and Neem and Kalmeg. Kalmeg, you know, Nilavembu also is good for fever. So a single product which will address the entire symptoms of dengue. And Lipistat is one of the flagship product. Uniqueness of Lipistat is Pushkaramula. Arjuna Gugulu, everyone will have in lipid management. Without Gugulu, we can't. And without Arjuna, which is a cardioprotective, that should be there. But Pushkaramula, that is Ainula racemosa, is a normally we call it as indigenous drug, rat drug. So we used to cultivate on our own, and this has been incultivated in Lipistat, which is that Pushkaramula is very good to reduce the oxidative stress of the heart. During cholesterol, the pumping of heart will be very more. That oxidative stress of the heart will be reduced by this Lipistat because of Pushkaramula. And Mensta, another one with Ashoka 1000 mg, which is a uniqueness, and we have added Madhu as a base, not sugar, where it will act as a Raktastambhana, and Hingu Kalaunji Safejira, which will act as an antispasmodic activity. That's the uniqueness of Dabur Mensta. Because I'm just saying the uniqueness of each product. Just make it, it is an active antacid. The uniqueness of this product is within 15 minutes, now you can see the difference because of Trivrit, Bringaraj, Madhu ST and Trivrit. These are the combinations. And last but not least, Ratnaprash. Ratnaprash, normally, you know, when we used to go to the doctors, now we have a blue Chavanprash, which is a new product. The new Chavanprash is based on Sharangadhara Samhita, because it's not based on Ashtanga Hridaya or Sagastra Yoga. You know the difference between those two products. The most important difference is the Sneha Dravya. The Sneha Dravya in this Ashtanga Hridaya based Chavanprash will be the mixture of both Tilatailam and Grida. But Sharangadhara Samhita's Chavanprash, it contains only Grida. There is no Tilataila. That is the uniqueness of Dabur Chavanprash. That blue color, you can see it in our stall. That contains pure ghee. We haven't added Tilatailam. Where in the Ashtanga Hridaya based Chavanprash, they are mentioned very clearly. It's a mixture of both Tilataila and Grida. So in Dabur Chavanprash, blue color, it will be only Grida. And same thing we have fortified with adding Shilajit, Kesari and Motiyukta with a form called Ratnaprash. So these are the products. Just I want to show the uniqueness of Dabur. And thank you very much for your time. So because I chosen the topic uniqueness, that's it. So I want to show the uniqueness of Dabur in terms of each and everything. And if you have any questions, you can ask me. So if I have that, I can address to you people. And thanks for your support, and request your valuable support in terms of prescription and in terms of dispensing our Dabur quality Dabur Ayurveda products. We have all the range which consists of both classical, that is generic, and patent also. Thank you very much for your time, and I'm very much happy for Sri Hospital to give us a wonderful opportunity where Dabur has been a partner. because we will be supporting anything which comes in a betterment for Ayurveda. And we thought this is the first time they are doing it, and this is the first time in the industry of Ayurveda across India, pan India. So we thought we should be the pioneer in that. If anyone do a different thing, if they want to do starting pioneer means Dabur will be there at first. That's what. Thank you. Thank you.
I also request Sri Jayarajan Avargal to please join us on the stage from Dabur to please join us. He heads the zonal sales for Dabur here, and we also had Dr. R. Balamurugan who joined us to explain the products. Thank you. As a note of mention to our sponsors, Dabur has been a great support for the Vamsha Vaidya Awards 2023 for the inaugural awards, and of course, as it goes bigger, it goes well. We thank all our sponsors, especially for Dabur.